the Herman Miller Embody and the Secretlab Atlas.
Yeah, I've been testing these two chairs for the past couple of weeks together, and that's why they're all in the same room at the moment.
The Herman Miller Embody is the legendary chair. Unfortunately, it's also a very expensive chair, and buying one is not feasible for everyone.
Well, as you know, Secretlab released the Secretlab Atlas just the other day, and
Question is, can it be that alternative?
these are very different chairs.
And so without further ado,
Here to tell you what I think. Let's go. Let me give it to you straight. The Embody right here is 4 times the price of the Secretlab Atlas.
it's kind of like comparing a Mercedes to a Kancil.
This thing right here is like $519 and that is $2,000. And by the way, it didn't even come with this headrest. Nope. I had to add this on. So in terms of total cost, this chair over here was like $2,000. The headrest itself was an extra $250. So all in all, you're looking here at about a 10,000 ringgit chair. And then I had to fix it together before the chair actually took its modern form. Completely unlike the Atlas, that just came in body and soul as a high back chair just like that. It's kind of like a philosophy thing that Herman Miller had, that somehow this headrest thing was like bad for you. If you used it, then you're a horrible person. So actually you're only supposed to sit like this right here, and the back thing is supposed to support you. Completely unlike this.
If you need a headrest no matter what, then Atlas is probably better for you.
Both of these chairs are excellent. They have high build quality, nice arms, nice seat designs and everything. They are a joy to look at, no question about it.
But still though,
It's not a direct comparison because obviously these chairs are different materials. Like this Atlas that I'm in right now is PU leather, while the Embody, on the other hand, fabric with lots of other fancy materials right over here. But personally, I feel like Herman Miller still has the itch here, and that might be kind of obvious from the warranty policy. The Embody here has a 12-year warranty, and Secretlab here, it is 3 years and you have to make a public review. Of course, warranty policy doesn't directly tell you about the quality of the materials, but it does kind of give you an indication. If you actually do inspect these a little bit more closely, you might realize that what I'm saying is true though. The ergonomics on these two chairs is completely different. I mean, Embody, for example, is like probably unlike almost any other chair on the market. Just look at the thing. Thin back, this weird like imitation of the human spine. So when your back moves around, you can actually just end up moving with the chair itself.
the name for it is pixelated support. The idea is that it adjusts to your body's micro movements, so you basically don't feel any stress from your muscles because the chair adjusts to every single one of those movements.
You can adjust it with this thing that's called the back fit. Very different from the Atlas, which still at the end of the day has this single piece backrest right here, which they call the recurve backrest.
It's not like the Embody, it can't allow you to just like move your arms around freely. But that being said though,
I guess unless you're really overweight or you have really wide shoulders though, this is probably not going to be a problem for you. But some people don't like it, so it's something to be aware of.
you probably have also seen the recline of the Atlas, which is 120 degrees, which coincidentally matches the Herman Miller Embodies, and that you can adjust with a little tilt force mechanism that is right by the side of the chair. Herman Miller's adjustment mechanism is a lot more convenient, I think, because you can literally just adjust it, and you can adjust it infinitely by the side of the chair. Of course, you can adjust it while you're seated on the chair itself. But unfortunately, the simping is not over. We still have to talk about the seat. The Embodies seat is legendary, no question about it. It is the stuff of myth, of legend. If you look under the chair, then you notice that, whoa, this is crazy, it is insane. 4 separate layers, the best of material science research. My favorite seat on the chair, past, present, and future. In the Embody, you can cross your legs, and you can do it on the Secretlab Atlas as well, except balancing, because of the seat angling at the side, might be a bit of a challenge. Don't get me wrong, the Atlas seat is not bad, it's comfortable, but it's just, they're not in the same class. That's it, it's not just about how good the seat is, it's also about what you can do with it. And with that said, it's time to stop simping. Let's talk about the arms. I'll be real with you here, this may be one of the areas where the Embody actually loses to the Atlas. Definitely a big fan of how the Atlas lets you move the arms side to side, front and back. Can't do that with the Embody though, because you can only move them up and to the right or left in this weird, awkward, quirky way. It's not super major unless you have an arm fetish, but if you do, then please don't help me. The Atlas does have a feature that makes it an incredible buy for this price though. And that, my friends, is what we call seat depth adjustment, which you can do on the Embody with this weird magic carpet adjustment thing. Something that you can now do on the Atlas as well by using the seat depth adjustment mechanism, which is this sliding in, sliding out, and whatever that is, thingamabob right here, which is really rare to see on a chair of this price point. Not to mention the fact that it is comfortable, it's just, again, Mercedes versus Kancil. But yep, can't do that on the Titan at all, even though the Titan is more expensive than the Atlas. Though personally I feel the Atlas is more comfortable than the Titan.
Alright, and that's it. Now, question. How do I compare these chairs overall? For one thing, I think the Embody is still more comfortable than the Atlas. Again, this is not surprising because this is again a chair that is like 4 times the price of the Atlas. And also, I will say that the Atlas is more comfortable than, I'm sorry, the Titan. I think so poops, most of us when we sit down, we sit up straight and we have to look at computers. Probably something like an ergonomic chair, like the Atlas or the Embody would be useful for that. Maybe it just has to do with the way that I make use of it, but you're not always going to be like lying all the way down while you're trying to be playing that game that you're playing. And for me, when I'm editing, when I'm just doing a whole bunch of other stuff out there with that needs me to sit up straight, and for some reason I'm not using the Embody, then I'm just able to use this. I've been using it quite a lot actually for filming and stuff like that over the past couple of days, and nobody can deny that this looks great. It's an amazing chair. It'll be a wonderful add-on to your setup, and it does have a lot of the features that are on the Embody right here at, again, a quarter of the price. I mean, if you have the money, I think that you should go for the Embody. It's a classic example of what we call 一分钱一分货. But although it's 4 times the price, it's not 4 times the 货. But with what you're getting with the Atlas, I'd say that it is actually a steal, because with the Atlas, I think that at the end of the day, you're getting a great ergonomic chair for a fraction of the price of some of the top range ergonomic chairs. Do make sure to use the link in my description if you'd like to support my channel at no additional cost to you. Alright, so poops. Now I want to know what you think. Are you going to get the Embody or are you going to get the Atlas? Or are you going to go ahead and stick with the Titan?
Or this maybe?
Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all I have to say about that, and ciao.